I was listening to some Led Zeppelin, Cole. Quit giving me a dirty look. I know it's 8 o'clock. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I am your host, BKP. Good morning, glad to be here. Oh, wrong set of glasses. Got to put these back on over here. Got these glasses here. Okay. Oh, now I can't see the computer. I got to get this straightened out. I got to get it worked out. Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, coming to you in three different ways you can view the show. You can go to fetchernews.com and click at the top right-hand corner on the YouTube symbol there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then anytime we do a live meeting or a live event or a show is live and we're broadcasting, you will get a notification. You can watch on YouTube live this morning. Go there, or Facebook. Go to Facebook, go to the symbol on Facebook there on the top right-hand corner of your computer on fetchernews.com and like our page. And we are coming to you via YouTube, Facebook, and fyntv.com. It's that simple. You can just go to fyntv.com. Now, I have the cup. This is our Christmas cup. I told you this was coming in. We have it. I told you for a limited time only, folks. Limited time only. 3 easy payments, and this can be yours today. Why can't we get one of those like QVC clocks? Like you have 3 minutes. You ever see that, Cole? You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Yeah. The QVC clock, the special goes up. This is only going to be, we need a QVC clock, because the special is only going to be good for it, if you call now, it's like, I love it. They run the commercial. This is only good for a limited time, but you must call now. Now, if you call now, you get 10% off, right, Cole? But they run the commercial for 8 months. Anyhow, do you have pictures of the cup?
Yes.
Did I send them to you? Are they ready?
Yeah.
So earlier when I said, are you ready today? And you said yes, that was a real yes or just, I'm coming along with the show? What was it? A real yes?
It's a real yes.
Okay, you got pictures of the cup?
Yeah, they're named differently. So.
For a limited time only. If you call now, call right now. I've always wanted to do that. Oh, God rest Billy Mays, right? OxyClean. You remember Billy Mays?
What?
OxyClean, yes. We poured cranberries all over this shirt.
Jump in the bed.
And we rolled it with a steamroller. And OxyClean got it right out. Anyhow, you got the pictures of the cups or what? I mean, will this be tomorrow's show you want to do the cups or what, 8:45? Just tell me and I'll move along.
They were named.
Huh?
They were named. There's a bunch of numbers, so I had to find them.
You had to find them? All right, anyhow, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Cole's going to let me know when he has the cups ready for your viewing pleasure. Now, this is going to be interesting. At 9 o'clock, I've been talking about the special election over in State Senate. You're going to want to stay tuned to this, Georgia State Senate 54. And we're going to look at some of the campaign finance reports that came out last night. And could an independent that we feel here may join ranks with the Democrats in Atlanta, an independent, could an independent or a Democrat gain a Senate seat in a very red district of Georgia, in North Georgia? Could that happen? We'll go over it at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we're going to do that segment. Okay, do you have the cups? All right, check out the cup. I got to get my glasses on. All right. Oh, you have both of them there. It's a two-sided cup because this is a two-sided show.
And where's mine?
Easy. You may get yours. Christmas hasn't come yet. My God. Look at that. This is the one side has Scoop. That's who that is. This is Scoop. Scoop has his little Santa hat on, and the other side has Fetch. Fetch has his little Santa hat on. So that's for a limited time only. 3 easy payments. I don't know how easy they are, and I don't know what the payments are, but they are definitely 3 easy payments, and you can have yours today. Send me a message. We have We ordered a limited amount. My marketing department refuses to tell me how much they are. I don't think they want to let me know how much they spent on these things because there's the quality and they're so nice. I don't think they really want to tell me how much they spent. But I've only got a limited amount. Reserve yours and reserve yours today. Chief@fetchernews.com, 706-889-9700, and get your first edition limited FYN TV, FetcherNews.com Christmas coffee cup. And we say Christmas here. Okay, moving right along. That would be me moving right along always. The Democrats say they plan to filibuster. Now, wait here. They plan to filibuster, right? Oh, man, I'm jumping all around here, all right? Let's see. Josh Ernst came out and, settled down the media and said, hey, we've talked to China and we've confirmed that, our China One policy, they can rest assured that, the Dalai Lama will still go through the back door of the White House, at least until January 20th. But we have that. The burn ban is lifted in most of the counties in Georgia. A little too, troubling days ahead as the Gatlinburg area and the Sevierville area where Pigeon Forge is and Western Carolina and many people try to rebuild and recover from these fires. It's just been really devastating here in the South. But the burn ban for Gilmer, Fannin, and Pickens has been lifted. There are details on still some rules of burning and how to get your permit. So if you go to FetcherNews.com, Fannin County, Gilmer County, or Pickens County, you can see all the details and who to contact about all the burning garbage or whatever in your county. But the burn bans have been temporarily lifted, and we're very thankful for the rain. I think yesterday was one of the first days I've seen it rain all day long, and actually nobody complained. I didn't hear anybody complain about yesterday's rain. So it was a little frigid. It was a little cold.
Yeah.
A little bit, right? It's just like one of those days you couldn't shake the chill, right? It looks like today's going to be day 2. It's like a 45 and 50, right? But look, this jacket, 100% camel hair, 100%.
Camel hair.
100%, baby, 100%. There it is. Where's the camel? There he is, 100% camel hair. I like this jacket. It's very warm, but every time I wear it, I always think there's a frozen camel somewhere.
Okay, let's say guess what day it is?
He's cold. Yeah, guess what day it is?
Guess what day it is?
All right, I got to move right along. Anyhow, Ben Carson for the HUD secretary. Okay, I'm just having a lot of fun this morning. Okay, Ben Carson for HUD secretary. Now you have Nancy Pelosi and Chuck. They're all coming out. Nancy Pelosi that he doesn't have the qualifications. Now we know Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. They grew up in the hood, right? They grew up in inner city Detroit. They grew up on the mean streets. Nancy grew up on the mean streets. So they're putting out there that they may filibuster Trump's nominees to cabinet. First of all, Mad Dog Mattis has to have a waiver. What is that? He has to have a waiver because I think it's 7 years. Okay, we did not want, and let me do this in just a really quick way here. That I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to offend anybody because I don't get the details correct. But, you see military coups. I'm serious as could be. You see military coups in other countries. You see militaries take over the government and things like that. So we did not want to be in a position, this is my opinion, but this is basically what it all comes down to, is we did not want our military leaders, okay, to go right into government, like the general. I mean, take it at that. I mean, I'm. That's just, well, you're going to say, well, what about Eisenhower and things like that? Just stay with me. You're supposed to be out of office for 7 years, my understanding. And if you're not retired, if his general's not retired by 7 years out of the military, out of his position, there has to be a waiver to allow them to serve in the government as a civilian. as a civilian, okay? So it's a little bit different. So anyhow, the point is Mad Dog Mattis, now Ben Carson, HUD Secretary, and Nancy Pelosi, they are threatening to filibuster. Now, folks, first of all, to filibuster, do you remember, Cole, you can't leave because I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to be asking you.
Carla wants you to brew her coffee.
Carla wants you to brew her coffee.
No kidding.
Are you serious?
That's serious.
You mean the Carla that's going to be here at 8:30 is sending messages in advance wanting some coffee brewed?
Yes.
Do we have coffee in there for Carla?
Yes. Like, I can do it after.
Yeah, why don't we do this real quick and then you can brew Carla's coffee. Oh my God, at 8:30 Carla will be here. We've got to get coffee for the
Yeah,
Queen.
wear multiple hats.
So you'll make coffee for Carla. I'm going to remember that. Write that down. Anyhow, they plan to filibuster, okay? Remember when Ted Cruz did the filibuster, stayed up all night? Ted Cruz was able to do that. He read Dr. Seuss. They plan to, who are they going to get? Now, this all depends. It all depends. And I mean, seriously, depends. Show me the depends. There you go. This all depends on whether Nancy and them can wear. I mean, have you seen their ages? This all depends. Now, look at the senator. This is the senator. This old guy is a senator that is on his way to the filibuster, and he's called and he said, I'm on my way. I had to stop by for my depends. You got him? There he is. Oh, I'm on my way. I got my depends on. I plan to filibuster. And where is Nancy in her fashionable depends? Is that her? Look at her. We found a picture of Nancy Pelosi in her fashionable depends. Take that off there. Seriously, folks, I don't think there's enough depends on the Democrat. Go brew the coffee. I don't think there's enough depends on the Democrat side of the aisle to filibuster anything. I'm serious. That is the company issue for Democrats. What, Nancy, 76? You know, who are they going to get? Bernie, 74? Who's going to do the filibustering? I mean, are they going to tag in a couple kids? Do they have some kids that can do this for them? Folks, don't worry about filibustering. I am serious. I've never been so serious in my life. I mean, you know, they're all up there. All the Democrats. Have you seen the average age of the Democrats? Anyhow. Just saying. It all depends. That's the bottom line. Holy smokes. But didn't Ted Cruz have to tag in Rand Paul or something, you know, so he could go to the bathroom and come back? All right, folks, listen, this is serious. Trump went to the American people. Donald Trump went to the American people, okay, by the thousands, all right? So here's what we're going to have to give him. We're going to have to give him some space when he told us he was going to meet with everybody. Donald Trump you have Barack Obama, and let's get serious about this. You have Barack Obama and the Democrats that have provided more fake news in 8 years. More fake news that has caused riots. More fake news that has caused deaths. More fake news that have caused corruption in elections. You name it. They are the king of fake news. They are the king of putting out a false narrative and causing conflict, okay? They are responsible. They're solely responsible for the modern era of racial divide. Seriously, let's see if I can do that again one more time. The Obama administration is solely responsible, the whole administration is solely responsible, okay, for the modern day, all right, disunification in this country, all right, modern day, all right. They have disunified this country in a way that Trump is getting handed an absolute disaster that they created. So Trump is trying to unify. Some of us, me included, don't like some of the unification olive branches. Some of us don't, me included. Okay, but look what he's been handed, a total mess. I mean, Ferguson, Charlotte, just total mess. All right, California, everything, you know, total mess. All right. That being said, He said he would talk to everybody, and he's doing it. I mean, I'm not for sure that he's not meeting, and this is not a joke, I'm not for sure he's not meeting with the head of the janitors in Trump Tower. I mean, he is talking to everybody, and here's where I'm going with this. I had a discussion with a friend yesterday, and when we were done, we were still friends. But I had a discussion with a friend yesterday. I would have not let Al Gore through the gold door. I would not have. I would not have let Al Gore in Trump Tower. That one is a struggle. Well, and my friend says, well, you know, you still have a handful of people out there, the hanging Chad in Florida. You know, Al Gore won the popular vote. He is the second one in modern, times to lose the presidency, to win the popular vote. He won the popular vote. Hillary won the popular vote. Maybe it's an olive branch to the popular vote people, to the hanging Chad people. And I just said, okay, we're going to we'll just have to go with that. Okay. Al Gore meeting with Ivanka and Donald on climate change in Trump Tower. Oh, Mr. President-elect, this is only like 3 or 4 days after you left Carrier and told them that you would attack the reckless EPA, what am I looking for? The regulations. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Because most of the EPA regulations, Mr. President-elect, that you're going to see are coatings that are environmentally this and this, that's environmentally this, and this gives off an emission that's environmentally that. So be careful, because you let Al Gore in the front door, and you're going to see if you can, if there's like a happy medium you can find for the polar bear and his, floating on his iceberg, and that, you're not even a week away from going to Carrier and saying to the world and to us that, let me tell you this, okay? I'm gonna get right around to this real quick. First of all, Mr. President, America cannot be open for business. Let me get straight with you, okay? Donald Trump-elect, President-elect, my due respect. You say you would allow the media in if they would objectively report on you. Now, I'm going to objectively report on you, Mr. President-elect. You cannot tweet out, America is open for business, and meet with Al Gore and see how that works. Doesn't work. So we hope it's just, hey, Al, how are you? I heard you were down the street getting a steak, riding your electric bicycle. I heard you and Ed Bagley Jr. were down the street eating by candlelight. Whatever. If that's it, hey, I can live with that. I can go with that, okay? But the point is, you can't stand to tell Carrier that they've got 54 crazy maybe, possibly, regulations from the EPA, possibly all of them, and meet with Al Gore, and then tell the American people you're open for business and you're going to be the most business-friendly country, and meet with Al Gore. Just saying. So that one just got me. I mean, it's almost the closest I came to going and getting a bottle of Tums or something. I mean, I'm serious. It was upsetting to me. All right. That being said, Henry Kissinger, I get an email. I'm trying to prepare for the show, right? I mean, that's all I'm doing, right? I'm trying to prepare for the show, okay? And I get an email. And the email says, here's what the email says. And I love these people, but I'm trying to prepare for the show. And you throw a great one right there at, 7:32. And I say, I got to take a turn here. We have to ask the question, why is 93-year-old warmonger like Henry Kissinger meeting with Trump? And he was in China last week. All right, I'll work on that today. The best I can give you is Henry Kissinger, and Nixon and China. I guess he's holding more information on how China will see Taiwan or how far China will go, okay? I think he might be seeing how far China will go with Taiwan, what buttons he really pushed. I don't know. We'll check into that. It bothers me when Kissinger goes in. It bothers. You're 93. Get a drink with an umbrella. Go to the beach. Get a chair. Play shuffleboard. Get the hell out. You're 93. But then again, I'm checking. Why he was there, I don't know. I'm in a great mood today. Kissinger. I am of the opinion he's going to meet with everybody. Right now, the actual picks. Steve Mnuchin, I had this conversation yesterday. I got to get back to what I planned for the show. Steve Mnuchin, all right, the other day I said this, Mnuchin and Wilbur Ross, I'm okay with Beauregard. I love Beauregard. Anybody with the name Beauregard. You know, Jeff Sessions? Jeffrey Beauregard. All right, Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions, Department of Justice. And I'm okay with, I'm definitely okay. I'm okay with the school, Secretary of School, Ben Carson, Mad Dog Mattis. I wasn't okay with Jackie Chan's sister. What was her name? Elaine Cho.
Jackie Chan's sister.
Well, it was Elaine Cho. It's the only way I can remember it. I have to say things to remember. Hey, your part in this show is not to enjoy it so much that you crack up and throw me off guard here. Elaine Cho, right? Or is that her name? She is Mitch McConnell's wife. But then I'm talking to some people, and they say, well, she will know how to move things as far as transportation. She will know how to airports. Okay, all right, so we're going to go with that. All right, anyhow, I got to get serious here. Okay, China One policy. Seriously, folks, don't worry. Trump just did not green light the China One policy as fast as everybody thought he should. And he has a card now because North Korea, folks, North Korea is sitting up there, the little whack job that, Hillary Clinton has modeled her pantsuits after. The little whack job. They all have the name Kim, so we'll just go with Kim. All right, Kim something, Kim Wong, Kim Jong-il, whatever. So the little whack job in North Korea is wanting to lob nuclear weapons at Seattle. Possibly can do that. Seattle is sitting there. Our West Coast, we don't talk about, is very vulnerable. Seattle there for North Korea. But anyhow, so China has the only real power over North Korea. They really do. So China, you don't want us to talk to Taiwan, but then again, you won't put North Korea in check. Let's see if we can't work something out all the way around. I don't know. Just say it. Just saying. So I think there was a great strategy there. I'm on board 100%. We give Taiwan $2 billion in military equipment, but we can't take the president's call. I'm sorry. I got a real problem with that. Secretary of State, just relax. I mean, Huntsman's out. The head of Exxon's in. Rudy's still there. Newt Gingrich is on every talk show that'll have him. Every single one that'll have him, Newt Gingrich is on there saying what he thinks. Hey, look, you're just not used to, and when I say you out there, maybe you're not. We have been conditioned that things work a certain way, and that's been the progressive mind control. I'm going to say mind control that they have had over us for so many years, and we have broke that. Donald Trump going to Twitter, direct to Twitter, that has been broken, okay? So our mind control that we have, that they've established over us, they don't know what to do because the control over you and I, the people, is ending. So let me back up and say, the Secretary of State, they want us to believe it's supposed to go a certain way. Look, Donald Trump's a businessman. He's going to interview everybody. Okay? He's going to interview somebody, and then he's going to say, hey, find me 5 people that know that person. Give me 6 people, 3 that don't like him and 3 that do. I want to hear why. I'm serious. Okay, so that's my opinion. But it is a great show. I mean, you want to talk about The Apprentice. I mean, every night this week, Trump is on. I mean, Trump's got a new episode. It's better than The Crown. I like that show, The Crown. I really love that show, The Crown. Hell, I'm getting so sidetracked. Now, what makes, this is, first of all, folks, I think it's mandatory we take history classes. Not just one for what are you going to do to graduate? Well, do a history class. Let's see, I'll do the history of TV. I'm serious, history class. A press conference, okay? The Constitution does not provide for a press corps, does not provide for a presidential press corps. Thankfully, we have to thank for the press feeling that they need to be part of the manipulation with progressives. Where would you think that comes from? From the time of Woodrow Wilson's administration. Oh, hell. Woodrow Wilson. Open presidential meetings, credentialed members of press increasingly became a preferred form of communication. See, I'm not going to go too deep there, and I'm not going to say Harry Truman and Nixon, and they're all wrong. But Woodrow Wilson, look into the history, okay? And what happened there is when they came back from a certain meeting trying to set up a certain thing, trying to set up the Federal Reserve, I just don't have time for that. They had to manipulate the media. You have to understand, about the time of Woodrow Wilson, the great progressive that gave you the Federal Reserve, don't forget, Woodrow Wilson was a terrible president. He is the progressive. He is the root of your problems today. Lord, I knew I'd get started. But anyhow, this guy, the president, Woodrow Wilson, played a part with the progressive movement, with the media, to make sure they moved the narrative the way they wanted to get you to see it. And they're the ones that made you led to believe. You go out and you talk to somebody on the street and you say, well, is it like a law that the president has to have a press corps? I think so. No, it's not. So Donald Trump's gone to Twitter. Now, Cole, pay attention. I talked to Lonnie yesterday, okay? Monday. Yeah, I know, you look at me surprising like I talked to him. Yes, he was here. He happened to shadow right in and out. Lonnie and I had a little meeting yesterday, okay? And I told him, so I want you to know up front, Monday, you got almost a whole week. We're doing a segment, okay, on Twitter. We're doing a Twitter segment. We may have viewers out there that don't know how to go on to Twitter, don't know how to follow Donald Trump, don't know how to tweet out. We're going to do a segment on that. Lonnie and I talked about it. You got it? That's the whole idea, show people how to sign up for Twitter, how to hashtag, the whole 9 yards. If they don't, there was a time I didn't. But Donald Trump has decided he's going to tweet out. And I tell you what, we're going to help our audience in any way we can. Now, don't take that wrong. If you know how to do it, that's great. But, you know, maybe some seniors out there. Let's see real quick here, before I go to break. Let's see what Donald's done.
Real Donald Trump.
He had to, because somebody stole the name. The real Donald Trump is tweeted again. If the press would have covered me accurately and honorably, I would have far less reason to tweet. Sadly, I don't know if that will ever happen. I'm here, Donald. All right, look, I'm glad he brought this up, okay? The thank you tour, going straight to the people. This is To the People tour. What Donald Trump is doing in Indiana, Ohio, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Des Moines, Iowa, and Grand Rapids, Michigan. He is showing you what will happen. You will see from time to time, I don't want somebody to cut this out and say that I got it wrong, but you will not see the motorcade of leaving the White House to go down the Capitol Hill to beg Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell for something. You will see Donald Trump get on a plane, assemble 20, 30,000 people, and go to them and say, the people, and say, hey, I promised you this in the campaign, and they won't let me have it. What are you going to do? Fayetteville tonight, hey, TV. I'm telling you, it's the best show on TV. I got to give it to the guy. Tuesday, December 6th, all channels, 7 o'clock tonight, Donald Trump. All right? 7 o'clock tonight, Donald Trump, Fayetteville. Thursday, he'll be playing in Des Moines, Iowa. I want the concert t-shirt. I've said that over and over. Des Moines, Iowa, 7 o'clock Thursday. And then, where else but to end this thank you tour? I love this. Where else? Grand Rapids, Michigan. I got to give it to the Donald. The guy knows how to close out a concert. Grand Rapids, Michigan, okay? Grand Rapids, Michigan. Why is that so great? December 9th, Friday, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 7 o'clock, because this is where 20 or 28,000 people came out at 1 o'clock in the morning, November 8th. See, the last day of the campaign, Monday, he did like 5 stops, okay? He did like 5 concerts on that Monday. And that night, he ended the campaign in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He was supposed to be there at like at midnight or 11 o'clock. He got there at 12:40 a.m. on Tuesday, actually election day. 28,000 people stayed, and that's where he's going to do his final thank you. He's going to go say thank you to Michigan. Oh, by the way, Jill Stein's up there trying to figure out if she can find some votes in Michigan. Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Is Carly here?
I don't know.
Well, you made her coffee.
It's 8:30. It's 8:31.
You got the clock running?
Yeah, I found that.
You found the clock?
Yeah.
It's 8:31. I'm running behind now that there's a clock. I don't know if I like that clock. I'm your host, BKP. We got a lot to go over. At 9 o'clock, the 54th District, and I'm not finished yet. I got a lot. Here's a guy. I got to just say this. I just love when I get to say, I actually loved everything about it. Not that I don't like crooks and criminals and all this and that, but Blagojevich. I got to learn to say Rod Blagojevich. Oh, I love the guy. Former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich. Judicial Watch has filed a lawsuit against the Department of Justice seeking FBI interviews. We're going to talk about that this morning also. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Yes, they let Kissinger in. Yes, they let Al Gore in. I don't know who the hell else they'll let in. It won't let me in. Let's go up to Trump Tower, see if we can get in. Take us to break, Cole.